Well, guys, we want to welcome everybody on the broadcast this morning. If you're watching via YouTube, give us about 20 minutes of an honest look, and I think you're going to see something that can change your life in many directions. My name's Todd Rowland. I'm coming to you from Destin, Florida this morning. I do this full time, and it all began with a physical transformation. When we were first exposed to these products, we lost 50 pounds in 90 days and got rid of some inflammation that had been going on in my middle-aged body that had really bogged me down and allowed me to get out and be active again and do it without pain. And so ever since then, we've been spreading the good word. We've been a part of the company now for approaching 7 years. And if you are here for the first time today, there's two things available. The first is a way to improve your physical self, whether you want to sleep better at night, have more energy through the day, reduce inflammation, as I just mentioned, or lose weight. And our very first picture up is Vince Green. Vince actually has had an 85-pound transformation up in the state of Michigan. Him and his wife, Valerie, also worked the business aspect of this and have built themselves a nice residual income that coincides with him being a criminal defense lawyer up there. And Vince, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday to you. And tell us a bit about your transformation. And don't forget, you got to unmute.
There you go. I think we got it. Hey, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here this morning. And, even though it is my birthday, there's no place I'd rather be this morning than talking to people about my transformation. And, we went to I guess the best way to start this out was we went to a bonfire over the weekend at a friend's house, and a couple of people that have not seen me in a while, they couldn't believe how well I looked, with my transformation of losing 85 pounds. And, it's nice for the ego, but more importantly, it's nice to know that most likely I've added years onto my life. We don't cure, we don't diagnose, anything of that nature. But it is nice to know that I could get off blood pressure medication. I was pre-diabetic and all that. And so it's nice to be able to wear clothes again. The old diet joke is when you lose weight, you go by your closet, and your clothes say "Welcome back." So it's a great feeling.
It is, Vince, and man, you really look. Besides the weight you've lost, you look so much healthier, so much younger. There's no doubt that when you lose weight and get your body back in rhythm, the longevity cycle is predictably going to be longer. But Vince, one last question. You also did a business aspect. Kind of tell us your plans there of creating a residual income in your life.
Well, that's it, and it's nice to know that by just sharing my transformation to other people, that people get excited by either becoming a customer of ours, which I a couple people over the weekend decided they wanted to try our products, or maybe become a business partner. And the beauty about it is, I have court. I was telling you before we started, I have court tomorrow morning in Petoskey, and anyone knows it's up north Michigan. It's a beautiful area. So my wife and I are going to head up this afternoon, and while we're on our way, we're going to use this as a business opportunity too. I've got court, but we're going to make some calls. We'll be in the car talking, and so that's the beauty about this business is you can get people excited about it, whether they're customers or otherwise. But and then my wife loves getting that check every week. So
nothing like a direct deposit on a Friday for something you did last week, or possibly even in Charles' case a couple years ago, still getting paid on it. And Tammy, I know you're coming up here. You also use this for a transformation, and the same thing that helped Kim there lose 70 pounds. Tammy, it helped you lose your last 10 pounds, and you've used it now to be you were able to walk away from being an office manager of a mortgage company there in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and you now use this to be a stay-at-home mom, and you help other people. I know that I just was speaking with your veterinarian that you carry your dog to that just started the journey with you a couple of days ago. But tell us about your story, Tammy. I think Tammy is, and Tammy, don't forget you got to unmute.
Okay, I had a hard time unmuting. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, Todd, now I've gotten stuck on the screen. I told you I'm easily confused. So,
switch us over to Dr. Krystal Vance's pictures right after yours. Dr. Krystal, let me come to you just for a minute. I'm going to come back to you at the end, but I've just pulled your picture off of Facebook for this new PowerPoint. And man, your transformation, I'm not sure it's the same person. I think you actually stole that picture off somebody else's Facebook page, your before picture. But if you don't mind, walk us through your physical transformation.
Absolutely. You hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, just making sure. You know what? It's funny because I am back in my hometown in Wyoming where I started this journey 5 years ago. And people will be like, they don't recognize me. And especially you put on a mask and they totally don't recognize me. So I guess I look at myself every day. Yes, I know I've lost over 100 pounds, but man, I'm telling you, it's fun to reinvent yourself. And when I started this, I just knew I wanted to feel better. You know, I will share my story here in a little bit, but the biggest thing is I just needed to start somewhere. I wanted to feel better. I wanted to sleep better. I was tired of doing the weight loss round. I mean, all of it was stress induced. God, I'm a doctor. I know how to do the right things. I teach people how to do them. Yet at the end of the day, I'm just like everybody else. We got to make some healthy decisions. And the first thing is I was tired of the fad diets. I was tired of try this, try that. I tried them all. And I just needed to commit to myself. And I was able to do that here. It's the most simple system, the most simple plan. And I think the biggest reason is because RX has such a gold standard, there's not one thing that I would get here that wouldn't be helpful to my health. And so I just figured if I could put a bunch of healthy things linked all together, sooner or later, I would end up where I wanted to be. And maybe the side effect would be I would lose weight. And that's exactly what happened. And so I'm excited for any person who's on here. You know, you don't need to come on here to necessarily lose 100 pounds, but I'm telling you, every time you take one step towards health, it changes your future. So.
And Tammy, you use the same products that Dr. Krystal lost almost 100 pounds with. You lost your last 10 pounds and really got your health back also.
I did, Todd. You know, it's funny because 10 pounds does not sound like a lot of weight to lose, but for me, it was enough to spark a little bit of interest where I could start growing a business. And my husband did the program with me. He lost about 40, 50 pounds. And as fun as it was to lose the weight, and as Vince said, be welcome back into our closet, what got us most excited is how we feel. We have more energy. We feel younger. And I think that everybody would like that. Everybody wants to feel younger and have more energy. And so I'm convinced that everybody does network marketing. Just we haven't figured out how to all get paid for it yet. I had an incident this weekend, Todd. A friend of mine has been going to the beach all summer and watching sunrises, and he met an artist that goes down really early in the morning, and she does a painting of the sunrise. I mean, it's really cool. And if there's someone there, sometimes she'll sketch them in her drawing, and it's always for sale. And long story short, there was a grandmother with her granddaughter on the beach and was sketched into this painting and didn't think about asking to buy for it. Well, she got home later on and did a post and said, can anybody help me find this artist? Well, someone tagged me because they knew it was near where I lived. And because my neighbor's been going down every morning, I was able to connect them. Now, I didn't get paid from this artist, but here at RX, I found out how to get paid when I network someone.
Yeah, you know, and you never know. You mentioned something about improving someone's health or improving their finances in today's world in 2020. And both of those are so needed out there in the marketplace that even when you mention to somebody, if they're not interested, they may mention it to somebody and connect them to you, and off to the races you go. But you'll see on these pictures, the next picture up is Craig out in Colorado Springs, Colorado. That's actually Brandon in Knoxville. Brandon's down 70 pounds in 60 days. Craig's almost 200 pounds. Then Lorraine McFarling coming after Craig. She's down now about 70 pounds down in Tampa, Florida. If you have anybody in Tampa, Florida, I'll be there the weekend of August 16th and 17th. I've got the location if anybody needs it, but Lorraine's hosting a big meeting down there. This young lady's in Nashville. She had her, I guess that's her third baby, and she did that in like 60 days after having the baby, and her business is just absolutely exploding out. And then as we get started, are you having trouble? Is it not uploading, Cammie?
It is, Todd. I'm gonna stop sharing and reshare to see if I can get this corrected. Give me 1 second. I apologize, everyone. I'm gonna just
That's
try
no problem.
it one more
Hey,
time.
Anthony, as she's doing that, let's go ahead and go your direction. Anthony, you're going to see him in a minute on the PowerPoint. And Anthony had a major experience with our energy drink division while he was running Division I track. I'm going to let him share that story with you. But then he paralleled that into a business. And after graduating from college with a double major and entering the workplace with Apple, was able to walk away from what a lot of people would call a great job. And now he determines life on his own terms. He sets his rules, he navigates his time, and he creates his paycheck. But Anthony, tell us what about that.
Can you hear me? Hey everybody,
Got you loud.
Hey everybody, yes, my name is Anthony Moreland. Everybody just calls me Ant or Anthony, whichever one you want. But yes, like Todd mentioned, I got started with this wonderful industry about almost 9 years ago. In October, to bank 9 years. I can't believe it went by that fast. But hey, I was a 21-year-old in college, double major, very, very busy. So if anybody ever tell me about being busy, trust me, I know I worked 2 part-time jobs while running Division I track and a double major. So my day started about 5 a.m. Sometimes it ended to about 1 a.m. depending on amount of studying and projects I had to do. Well, getting started, when my good friend Justin came and shared everything with me, I was listening. I was all ears, just like you guys are listening to this live or the recording and just watching it. And I told my friend Justin when he finished, I said, man, hey, if half of what you're telling me is true about these products, that'll be a blessing for me and my family. Also, if you're telling me half of this financial of how I can make extra money is true, that'll also be a blessing, because he didn't know that I was on my hands and knees praying, looking for something different, because I had realized at 21 years of age, I did not want to work 2 jobs the rest of my life. I personally watched my mom and watched my grandfather and watched a lot of family members do that same thing, have to work 2 jobs, go to 1 job, get off, mom missing some practices. I remember I used to have to ride home with different friends, teammates, because my mom had to go to her 2nd job. And that's the reason I went to school, you guys. I wasn't a school person, but I went because I thought that was the key, the vehicle to get me out of it. But in actuality, it really wasn't. I watched teammates and friends graduate from college, still struggle. But then also the products were so amazing. I started consuming them on the athlete standpoint. This is somebody coming from the athlete standpoint. I started consuming these and started watching how I started performing better at the track practice. I took them to the trainer. I watched how she told me there was nothing in these products that can make me fail a drug test. Anybody who's been to college and play any college sports knows we get a big laundry list of papers at the beginning signing off saying, we won't take this, we won't consume this, we won't do this, because they register, normal energy drinks will register speed on our drug test, so I could never drink a Red Bull or Monster. Watch these, started recovering better, natural, smooth energy. Also, I started watching how the products, you know, just like Mr. Vance said, we don't cure, treat, or diagnose or anything, but I started watching these products pretty much transform my family's quality of life. Started watching, like my grandparents, go from taking 14, 15 different pills every single day to knocking those down where they didn't have to take all those pills. I watched my grandfather get out there at that time, he was 75 years old and cut the yard. It was things like that that inspired me to keep sharing. I started telling more and more teammates about it, more friends about it. Income started coming in. 2.5 months into this, y'all, I was pretty much making enough money to cover my car note and my rent and all my college bills. So I was walking around with a big smile at practice, and my friends and teammates used to be like, why are you so happy? And I'm like, well, it was like Todd said, there's no better feeling than getting paid that extra check on Friday. And that was the great thing. But then life went on. You know, I didn't go on to be a professional athlete in track or anything, but I came on home, you know, and like everybody else that comes home from college, they expect to get a job and just expect to, you know, start life thinking it's all going to be just like, hey, all right, you graduated, here's your job. Here's that 6-figure income. It didn't work like that. It took Apple like 4 years to give me a call and get me started. For me, you guys, that was, I actually think about it like, man, I would have really been hurt if I wouldn't have started this little part-time thing on the side that became a plan A for me. But because I didn't go to school, just like everybody else don't go to school to put themselves in $100,000 of debt to come home, and no disrespect to no job or anything, but to work at Walmart or to work at a warehouse. We didn't go to school for that. We went to school so we can get out, we get the dream job, but it didn't work like that. But when Apple called me, I took it, you guys. I thought that was the golden ticket. I thought Apple was it. It's kind of like I just totally forgot about my business and what it had been a blessing to me. But I took the opportunity. I went for it, you guys. Well, I started noticing how it was just like any other job. They told me when I could come in to work. They told me when I could take a break. They told me how many vacation days I had. They told me all of these things, even though I showed up early, stayed late, helped everybody out, picked up shifts. I did everything I possibly can to move up. Yes, I moved up. But guess what? When I moved up in that company, you know what it was? It was like 50-cent raise, $1 raise. What is that to somebody? And what I loved about this opportunity is I was still getting paid for something that I had started 5 years before that, and I'm still getting paid for things I did 9 years ago, you guys. But then life hit. Life hit just like everybody else goes through life. My grandmother had a stroke out of nowhere. I watched family members and close friends that was in a group text pretty much argue about who was going to take off to help out my grandmother. I'm talking about everybody just arguing and pretty much bickering about not having enough time or not having enough money to put aside to take off of work. And I'm looking at my bank account and I'm looking at myself. I'm like, well, hey, you know, you guys, I can do it. I don't mind asking my job for 3 weeks or so just to see if I can, you know, help out my grandmother. And I remember calling and I remember talking to my supervisor and she's like, well, let's get somebody else higher above, you know. And they told me no. And I'm like, well, I come early. I stay late. I pick up extra shifts. You know, I do everything y'all ask, but when I needed y'all couldn't help me out. And it hurt me, you guys. And I just said, it took me about 5 minutes, no exaggeration. It took me about 5 minutes. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 weeks notice in. And like Todd said, I wanted to live life on my terms. I never want nobody to be able to tell me when I couldn't take off of work to help out a family member or a friend in need, or when I needed to take a vacation, or just when I needed a break, period. And so I'm just so thankful for this whole opportunity and where we're headed. It's just the beginning. So don't look at it and say, oh, well, he's been in 9 years. Todd's been in over, you know, a while. Krystal and Tammy, everybody's been in a while. It's a little bit too late. No, the time is now. And Todd is going to get a little bit deeper into that. And so I just hope that you pay attention to the rest of this, because you're really going to be blown away by what you hear from the other great leaders here.
Yeah, Anthony, I love your story. I mean, it just, you know, there's so many kids that come out of college without a plan B. They go to college and they head into their plan A and get a few years into plan A, and it's not what they thought it was. And they kind of get stuck because their lifestyle starts revolving around what they're making in their new jobs. Tammy, if you'll get back to the 9 divisions of products, we're going to start right there. And I want to give you guys the 5-minute version. I was standing in the ocean Saturday with my daughter and 2 of her friends, and they're both in college with her. They're going to all be juniors this year. And my daughter's been making a pretty significant income every Friday. And the two girls that were there with her, they were like, Sierra's trying to explain this to us. We don't understand exactly what we do. And so in 60 seconds, I told them what we did, and they both signed up when we got out of the ocean that day. And they're both want to do this as a full-time venture. But really all we do is this. Our company, which is called RX, we manufacture some of the best products in the world. 9 divisions of them: nutrition, weight loss, energy drinks, skincare. It's all of the highest quality. We've got 64 doctors behind their development. But so we can use those products. So what I told the girl standing there, I said, you make money 2 ways. One is that when you find some products that we make that you love and you share them with people and they want to order something, maybe they, like Anthony in the beginning, wants to order an energy drink, or maybe, you know, somebody wants to order some weight loss, or they want to reduce inflammation in their body. They're a customer and they buy a product from you, you get paid. And the second thing we do is we look for people like Anthony or like Vince or like Tammy or like Krystal that maybe are looking for a plan B and they want to be a wholesale distributor and have the ability to earn money and then build a team of other distributors around the world selling these products and get an override commission. And that's really all that we ever do. One of the products that a lot of people start with is called a transformation pack. It's actually 3 products combined together. They generally start with either that or what we call an experience pack. The transformation pack, the first product in there is called MOA. It's 36 of the world's best superfoods. You'll recognize the majority of them, but I'll tell you, it does 2 things better than anything I've ever seen. Number one, it reduces inflammation in the body. There's 11 of those superfoods that specifically fight it. That can be everything ranging from rheumatoid to fibromyalgia to sports injuries to sports recovering from sports performance. We don't cure anything. We're not making it go away, but when inflammation reduces, symptoms reduce. And when symptoms reduce, you feel better. The other thing is it is chock full of immune system boosters. Everything from the elderberry to 5 medicinal mushrooms. These are some of our athletes around the country. The guy there in the bottom right won Mr. Florida at 52 years old. He said the MOA removed his subcutaneous fat. On this next page is the same girl there in the top left. She's the #1 CrossFit girl in the state of Tennessee. She's got a number of professional athletes that come from all over the world. One of them there is Artis Hicks. Those of you that follow professional football, Artis is not a distributor in the company, but he goes through about 4 boxes of MOA a month. And they just use it for the recovery in between the CrossFit workouts that they're doing. The second product is an energy product that we've got. It's called Rejuvenex. It's a really, really healthy energy. By the way, pause right there, Tammy. I do want to mention the same thing that helps these athletes recover. When you reduce inflammation, the lady on the previous screen, I met her in a wheelchair. And when she got her inflammation reduced, she's up and moving now, Susan Glasgow. And then Susan Glasgow found this next lady here. I think she's down 85 pounds, but more importantly, you can see the dates there. It was like less than a month that it took for the swelling in her ankles to go down. So inflammation is just all over our body, and when it starts reducing, things just get better. It's got black seed pepper extract in it. Ignore the taste, go after the results, and make your body healthier. Rejuvenex is the cleanest, healthiest energy on planet Earth. There are 0 calories associated with it. There's superfoods and green coffee bean extract. It's about a 6-hour pick-me-up. If you want the liquid energy drinks, Anthony just went over the Blue Frog 1 and the Blue Frog 2. They're both based in a Fuquayton seaweed that has a ton of PubMed research behind it. The burn on the previous page is a collagen protein, 20 grams of it. So if you want a good post-workout, I like it pre-workout too because it also comes with an energy blend. And for me, it gives, everybody's different. I'm finding out with the Blue Frog 1, 2, and Burn. Some people like 1 better, some people like 2 better. I personally like Burn better. I get a great energy, sustained energy from it. If I need a lot of energy, I'll do a Burn and 4 Rejuvenex combined together. But just a great protein source from collagen protein, again, based in the same Fuquayton seaweed. Tons of other products. But the last product we're going to really talk about today is our homeopathic weight loss formula. It's what Vince used. It's what Dr. Krystal used to get to her last 25, 30 pounds off. It's what Tammy used to get her 10 pounds off. It's what thousands have used across the country. But it's plant leaf extracts, B12. It's sublingually absorbed. It comes with a direction booklet. It balances hormones going on in the body, everything from the thyroid to the pancreas. It reduces cortisol secretion, and it just gives the body a real sense of control. We nicknamed them liquid discipline to then eat from what we call our approved food list. The reason we have so many 100 and 200 pound weight loss stories that not only have lost the weight, but have kept it off. They haven't rebounded like so many other programs cause, is because we don't make people count calories. We eat when we're hungry. We just eat from the approved food list. We've got all kind of add-ons. You can add in a plant-based meal replacement shake. You can use the burn and get the collagen protein. We've got some whey protein shakes through Lamu, chocolate and vanilla, that are just very, very tasty. We've got a green drink that gives a person 2 pounds of green vegetables a day. Cynthia, a new girl, go back one time. Cynthia's a new girl down here in South Alabama with us, but Cynthia's starting weight I don't know exactly, and I don't want to put it out there, but she's down already approaching 100 pounds on our program. She's got a lease back on life. She's up and mobile. She's now building a business with it all through South Alabama, completely changing not just her life, but now she's starting to rapidly change a lot of other lives around her there in Evergreen, Alabama. And Tammy, as you go through these next couple of slides, these are Vern, a young guy, 26 in the white shirt, 27 in the black suit. Once he lost the weight, he turned it into a business. We have a car program or a savings account, whatever you want to call it. And he's taken the $2,000 extra a month that he gets in the car program. He bought himself a Lamborghini. He bought his wife a Lamborghini. You can go to his Facebook page at Vern LaPuz and see them both in his garage. That's his team now growing in Southern California. You don't have to spend your extra money on a car, but if you're young and you want one, a $2,000 extra payment is a pretty nice little car that you can have from that. As we keep going, these are a few more pictures. Jackie's up in Connecticut. And I think he got to meet Jackie in Utah, and she's lost right at 100 pounds. I don't even, like when I saw her in person, it wasn't the same person that I met on a Zoom 8 months ago. It was just, she's totally transformed physically. Her personality, everything has transformed. James there in the top middle, he's up in Staten Island, New York, a real severe type 2 diabetic, high blood pressure. James was on the program about a year when his doctor decided to reduce and then eventually take him off both his type 2 diabetes and his blood pressure medicine. We didn't cure it. It's not cured, but he got his eating back on track, got his body back on track, and the doctors felt like the medication at that point was not needed. Vic's a 100-pound guy. The guy there in the bottom, him and his wife lost a combined 300 pounds. Just did an unbelievable job. As we keep on going, and we get over here, there we go. Randall his family dropped 300 pounds. Sid and Mary were both of them lost 200 pounds each. Mary's up in Michigan, Sid's in North Carolina. And as we get over here to the getting started page, I could show you pictures. We could go on this forever, but a lot of you want to know, how do I get started in this? And it's really fairly simple to get started. You pay $24.95 for your distributorship. And then on this next page, you'll see that you then choose a pack of your choice. Our basic transformation or experience packs are going to be right in the $400 range, anywhere from $370 to $425, depending on which combination of products you want. It's going to come with what we call the 2X membership, which the great thing is, if you're not sure about the business yet, is the 2X gives you double discount for life. So you'll get 30% off your products. And then if you want to, you can do it on day one, but you can also upgrade to what's called Ultimate. It will up the amount of earned income on personal sales. And when you sign up new distributors and they purchase their products in that first 30-day period, it'll change it from 15 up to 30%. It's just a bigger pack. I love the Ultimate because on this particular one, you get 10 of my favorite 3 products, and I've got a lot to sell out of my hand. You basically, use it for 3 or 4 months and sell the other 3 or 4 months worth and recoup all of your money. So you're on the products for free. So anyway, any choice, any route you want to start, it's up to you. But when you do get started, you'll want to create your auto ship It is $150 worth of product monthly. You want to do that the day you join. It will not bill until the 4th week out. And between then and the 4th week out, you can always cancel. You can replace it with an outside customer and let somebody else order a product if you don't want to order something yourself. We've got like 100 products to pick from. If you look on this next page, I like to call it redirected spending. You may want weight loss initially, but later on you may have a vitamin and mineral need. You may need some of our vitamin C or grapeseed extract to boost your immune system. You may want to order the Lemu 5X Original and get the Fuquotan seaweed in your body. You may want to order energy drinks, but you're just looking for $150 a month of some type of product that makes sense to you at your house that qualifies your business to earn income. And then once we do that, Tammy, if you'll flip on through there for me. Keep on going. Once you do that, what we're going to do is help you start a business. And it's really simple. You do this from home. We can do it via Zooms or via you watching a YouTube video like you're doing now. We can do it in person over lunch or at a coffee shop or at a kitchen table or in a living room in front of the TV. But we're just looking for 4 other people. We want you to do that in your first 8 weeks and become what we call goal status. It'll lock you in for life in certain areas of our pay plan that's needed, that can really set you free. But you can find as many as you want, but believe me, it's not hard finding 4 people that want to transform their health or transform their finances. And if you look at this next page here, once you find your 4, we're going to help them repeat the process. And it goes back to what I told the 2 girls that my daughter had with her in the ocean on Saturday, is that we can build a team of distributors around the world. And because of the internet age, we sell products direct to the consumer, which is the buzzword. We're a home-based business, which is a buzzword in 2020. Everybody wants both. They want to be able to work from home. They want to do things direct to the front door. So, you know, it's really easy now to build a team of people selling these products direct to the consumer because it fits the model the world's moving into. And speaking of that, if we go now to the next picture, I believe it'll be Dr. Krystal Vance. We're going to go back to her. She was a brick and mortar business owner. And besides the 100 pounds that she lost, she's transitioned from a brick and mortar business, which requires employees, insurance, regulations, overhead, rent, electric bills, purchasing equipment, loans, banks, all the things those traditional businesses require. For $24.95 and a couple of months of product, she now has her home-based business, and via a Zoom like this on a Monday morning can build this business now all around the world. It's a pretty good transition in it, Dr. Krystal.
Yes, it is. Here I sit today, which is funny because I'm back in Wyoming where I started all of this. But otherwise, I'd be there in Florida with you enjoying the sunshine because I don't want to be anywhere it could possibly snow. And in Wyoming, it could snow today. You just never know. But I got options. And that's like, I would like to sit here and say I was this brilliant businesswoman and I foresaw in the future this paradigm shift that was happening in consumerism, where they would not, you know, we would be watching Netflix for everything. We would get no advertising. We would listen to no radio ads. We wouldn't watch TV and watch commercials. Like now we don't even go in the stores. They can't even give us samples. Like, and if we do go in the store, we run around like a crazy person, get what we need and leave so we can take the dang mask off. I wish I was so smart that I could have gotten tens, thousands, hundreds, millions of people right here and created a distribution channel. And I realized I literally get to do what Walmart does. It's just I have to be the person that starts it. I have to be the person that goes, hey, you should take a look at this. This is amazing. I love it for myself. I think you'll like it too. And that's what I did with 4 of my best friends. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're making $500,000 a year, if you're spending $500,000 a year. Like, it does not matter what tax bracket you're in. If you're spending more than you're making, you're always looking for another way to create more money. And if you're a good business person, you're always looking for another way to create more money. Well, here's what I found. If I could find a way to take money I already spend and make it make me money, then that made sense. Like, start with what you already have. Like, I didn't have hundreds of millions of dollars I could go and invest in other companies or stocks, or like, I didn't have that portfolio. But I did have enough cash for my own spending that if I redirected it and it started making me money, well, that was a good thing. And that's exactly what happened. I started for my own health. Like I said, I simply just started. I made a decision and I was like, I'm going to start trying some of these products. And I did see great results. Just like, obviously, Todd, you've shown picture after picture, like somebody would have to be like, okay, I can't even deny it now. Like, the proof is in the pudding. But you guys, we don't understand the power of our word of mouth marketing. When I started this, it was me and my 4 girlfriends. And then a handful of years later, it's 8,000, 10,000. It's going to be hundreds of thousands of people, because we're all looking for a way to get companies that we will be loyal to. Right? Like, who on here, I mean, seriously, hands up, who's a Prime member with Amazon? You paid a membership, you get free shipping, you get free returns, you get some free movies, you might get some free books, like, you get perks and rewards. And you can subscribe and save and order products and they're delivered, like, because you don't have to reorder them. Here's the thing. That's what RX does. You made a membership fee to come on. You get perks, you get loyalty, you get every dollar you spend, you get a matching reward to spend on stuff like travel and diamonds and free product and reduced product. It's the same thing, but it's significantly different. Because every one of my friends I have sent to Amazon, Amazon never sent me a check and deposited money in my checking account. And every single person I send to RX, I get a part of their marketing budget. That's it. If they're willing to share their marketing budget with me, I will share my spending with them. I'm loyal to them. And I will be loyal to the 8, the 9, the 18, the 100, the 200 plus companies that will come on board with us because they pay me their marketing budget. That is smart business. And that's what I want a piece of. And as this paradigm shift happens in consumerism, I'm going to be on the top of it. And we want you to be there too. Like, I've got guests on here today. I want you to have a piece of this with me. But I don't have time to stop and beg. Because if I have to beg you, then it's probably not so good, is it? So here's your once in a lifetime opportunity. Join me, because we're going to have a lot of fun with this. And obviously you can see we got a lot of people who are having success. And if they can do it, if we can do it, you can too. So Todd, it's all yours. It's an amazing Monday morning and I am more fired up than ever, just like always.
Enjoy Wyoming. And Anthony, we'll go you first, then Vince, and then Tammy, you close us out. Y'all got any closing comments?
Like I said earlier, you was gonna be wowed by the whole presentation. And even if you need to go back and rewatch it, go back, rewatch it, get back with the person who invited you to watch this live or the recording. Get your questions answered and get started. Join us, because it has been a complete blessing for me, and just like you see, blessings for a lot of people around the world. So yes, get started today, and let's go make the rest of our life the best of our life.
Thanks,
I would
Anthony.
just like to end it with happy birthday, Vince. Thank you for spending your birthday with us. And join us. Learn how to get paid, because you're already referring and doing network marketing.
Vince? Don't forget, you got to unmute, Vince. He actually made. Vince
There you go.
I thought you might be multitasking. I thought you might be
Right.
talking to a judge on your other.
Right. No, in fact, I've been doing a little work, but I want to tell you what. This is the beauty about this business. My wife and I, Val and I, my best friend and I, we're about to go on a 2.5-hour trip this afternoon. spend time with each other, and we're going to do this business while we're together. So we'll be using it as a write-off too. And that is the beauty about this business. And I want to be able to do that full time. So that's all I can say. I am more fired, like Dr. Vance said, I'm more fired up right now than I was yesterday.
Well, guys, we'll ask everybody, we'll unmute everybody. And if anybody wants to tell everybody